Hey everybody, it's Jess here with Bless Jess, and this is my husband David. If you haven't ever met David, he's been on my channel a lot.
We got a lot of space up here.
I told him, you're going to scoot in. So we're filming this at night. We have a light. I still feel like the lighting's weird, but this is the time of day that he can film with me. So this is my weekly check-in, but we're actually filming it on Tuesday night. What night is this?
It's Tuesday.
It's actually snowing behind us.
A little bit.
So why is David here at my check-in?
Why am I here?
Why is he here?
Why am I here?
So let me just give you guys the rundown of this last week. And then I'll kind of lead you to the culminating point when we both decided that we wanted to do this together. Layla's barking. Lucy is still awake in there. I'm sipping tea because my throat is very dry. So for the last probably month or so, our scale's been acting really weird. And it has always been a very reliable scale. Like you would step on, step back on, or step off and step back on, and it was like solid. It would tell you exactly how much you weighed. And here lately, I've noticed it being fluctuating a lot. Well, the last week or so, it's been really bad to the point where I will step off and step back on, and it weighs me 2 pounds heavier. I step off and step back on, it's 2 pounds heavier than that. So it just keeps adding pounds to the point where, I mean, it's just not accurate. So I started getting a little nervous that maybe it hasn't been weighing me accurate for a while. Who knows?
Right.
I did feel like I was losing weight when I was reporting the weight loss, and like my clothes are fitting better. People tell me I look like I've lost weight, but I was just kind of worried, like, have I actually been losing weight? Because the scale something's wrong with it. So we decided to buy another scale and we bought a Weight Watchers brand scale. That was just the cheapest one they had. And we bought it. It's a digital scale, and I am weighing way heavier on this scale. So I don't know
how reliable that is.
If it's just a heavier weight, like, you know how some scales just weigh you heavier. Every scale's a little bit different. Right. Or if our scale's just been weighing us wrong. Like it's a good, I would say 5 to 8 pounds heavier. I don't know exactly. And so, I'm sorry. And so, we got home and I realized, like, I thought it was, last time I weighed in for you guys, I was 220, or I thought I was 220. And when I weighed in, it was weighing me like higher, way higher. And so I had him weigh, and it was weighing him way higher.
Right.
I had someone say, like, why don't you weigh a bag of sugar or something like that? That was a good idea. And I had some, like a plain unopened, it's actually flour, a 5-pound bag of flour. I weighed it, but it's so light, like it won't weigh 5 pounds. It'll only like weigh heavier things. So it wouldn't even register.
You have 2 bags of flour?
I don't know. I guess we could try to play around with it and to see, like, if it's accurate. We'll have to kind of think about that.
But for the sake of this video.
But this is the thing. I'm a little bit depressed because I feel like I've been working hard, and now I feel like I'm starting, okay, last year I was like 230, and then I worked really hard and got down to 220. And now I feel like this whole year has been a waste because I wasn't really that weight.
But you know that's not true.
But this is the thing. We're just going to go with this new scale. Whatever the reasons, it's weighing heavier, if it's right, or whatever, if it's just a heavier scale, we're just going to go with this. And as long as we keep on this scale, hopefully it will record the right weight loss. So it was kind of like a big wake-up call for both of us because we both weighed way heavier than we thought we were. And I asked him if he wanted to come on and do the check-ins with me because it just really helps me, the accountability, the support. You guys are so encouraging. Yeah. And just weighing in front of people really, really helps. And so I asked him if he wanted to. He's not, I don't know if he's so sure about it, but and I don't know if he'll do it every single week, but I just thought the days he could, it might be good for him to just have some accountability. So you guys be nice to him. You guys, I have hardly ever gotten any mean comments about my weight. Everybody is so supportive. So this is a huge reset moment here. Whatever happened last year, and now we are starting over. I feel like I'm in a really good place right now. Before Christmas, before I started doing intuitive eating, I was in a really bad place. I felt really depressed all the time because I was so focused on my weight and I felt so bad about myself, and I just was really down on myself. And since letting go of the counting and the tracking and the focusing on my weight, I've been feeling a lot better. Like it's like a freeing feeling. So I don't want to go back into that. But at the same time, I have my goals and I want to go under 200 pounds. Like I want to be healthier and I want to feel better. And so we are hitting the reset button. Here is what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll get into our weights, our new starting weights, and I'll let David talk some because he's just been.
That's okay.
So, I have been doing intuitive eating. So basically all that is, or what I call it, all it is when you're actually truly hungry, like stomach growling hungry, you eat something, and it can be whatever you want. Just eat something, a small portion of it, drink lots of water in between bites, eat it slowly, all of the things that we know, like don't hurry through it because it takes your body like 20 minutes to realize, hey, you're starting to get full. So if you're just plowing through your food, you don't even realize you're full till you're way past full.
Right.
And then as soon as you feel just barely full, you stop eating. And that's the only rules. There is no other, like, you can't have fast food. You have to eat fruits and vegetables. You can't do this. You can't have this kind of food. You can't have processed food. You know, there's none of that. So that's been great. I think we are going to both do that.
Yep.
Which we've never done. We've been on diets together before, and it's always been a very restrictive kind of thing.
Which makes us both miserable and really trying to.
Well, and like when we weighed in, you know, David was like, well, we've just got to do something. And your first instinct is, let's cut out all of this stuff. Let's go
that's what everybody tells you to do.
Let's start exercising. And I was like, hold on. If we do all of that at once, we are going to burn out like we've always done. So I said, you know, this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep small portions. And what has happened over the last month with the holidays and stuff, and I thought I had gotten a handle on it. I mean, the scale was going back down and I was doing better, I thought. But I realized I've gotten a little bit lax on, you know, watching TV while I'm eating and not really paying as close of attention, or getting a little munchy and using that as, hey, I'm hungry, which I'm probably not truly hungry. The hardest part of the day for me is right after dinner or right when the kids go to bed. I get this like really munchy feeling, and it's not a hunger feeling. It's not usually it's not a I am hungry, my stomach is growling. It is a, you guys all know that feeling. I want to eat something. Sometimes it's you're thirsty, but most of the time for me, it's emotional eating. It's boredom or tired, or I just feel stressed, or
you're bored with me.
You know what I mean? Like everything kind of slows down for the night, and you just feel like eating something. So it doesn't mean I'm like bored with you. It's just that's just
Kids
one of the
are in
reasons.
bed. David's there, but I'm bored.
That's one of the reasons it could be. But, you know, it's just the time of day where I feel snacky mostly. So I really need to, going forward, realize that and plan for it, and realize that, like, I'm not going to eat if I'm not hungry. And we want to hold each other accountable.
Right.
So if he sees me eating, he can say, hey, are you really hungry, or are you just munchy? And I'm like, I want him to call me out on it and ask me. And I'll do the same for him and just keep each other accountable. So this is a big reset, like I said. I haven't given myself any rules, and I'm not giving myself any rules, but I do want to try to eat more whole, fresh foods when I can. I'm not saying that I'm going to eat only that. I'm still going to have some processed food. I'm still going to have some frozen food. We're still going to go out to eat, but I do want to try to include more fruits and vegetables and whole grains and stuff, because I honestly just feel better when I'm eating that way.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to lean myself a little bit more towards that. Do you have anything to add?
No, not really. I'm going to try to do the same thing and just swap out some normal things that I would go to and try to pick something a little bit healthier, as well as when you do go out, try to drink water. Don't drink even diet soda. Your body senses the sweetness in it, and it begins to react as if you're eating sugar. And so, I mean, your body's craving H2O, so give it what it wants. And so I'm going to do my best to do that. But at the same time,
when you cut out everything and you're just
I'm not saying complete water.
I know you're not. I'm just reiterating that you, at least for me.
Plus, it looks better for your restaurant bill to drink water.
No, that is true.
That's huge.
And with him, he's more picky about diet sodas than I am. I love Diet Coke, and everywhere has Diet Coke. But a lot of times we go out to eat and they don't have Diet Dr. Pepper. And so he'll just get a regular soda.
Now I need to pick water.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm okay with having a diet soda every now and then. I'm not okay with having, you know, a bunch of sugar and stuff like that to drink because you're just drinking your, and it messes up your hunger and fullness.
It really does.
So let's get into our weights. I feel like I've gone so far backwards, but we're taking a deep breath and we're just going to get to our weights. I have a picture of both of them and I just deleted my picture. So you guys are just going to have to trust me. So I will insert David's picture, but my picture is gone forever because anyway, it's just a big mix up. So believe me, I'm not lying about this weight. Oh, I wish I could. Anyway, not really. Let's get into, you want to go first or me to go first?
You can go first, ladies first.
Okay. So last week I was 220, you guys. What I thought was 220. I weighed in on this new scale at 228.4. So that is an 8.4 difference.
Something's wrong with that scale.
Now, I will say I was sick over the last week. I think I had the flu or a mild case of the flu. And I really didn't care those 2 or 3 days. I pretty much just ate what I wanted. If it sounded good, I ate it. I didn't worry about fuck. So I could have gained a couple of pounds, but there's no way I gained 8.4 pounds. Like, that's just ridiculous. So the scale obviously has been lying to me. I want to say probably somewhere around Christmas it started messing up. That's what I'm thinking because I've been to the doctor, you know, and it weighed me around the same weight as my scale was showing just a few months ago. So I don't think it's been doing it for a long time, but yeah, it's bringing us way, way less than this new one. So I feel like I kind of took a major step backwards, but knowledge is power. I know better. Now I can do better. So let's get into your weight.
267.5. And that's officially the heaviest I've been in my lifetime. And that's that was a wake-up call for me because I fluctuated in the 240s to 250s and stayed there. I was around 250 when we got married. I actually went down a little bit, then I went up a little bit. I was around the 257, 258 mark.
I can't remember the last time you weighed in on camera what you were.
Probably around the Thanksgiving holidays, I was probably in the 257, 258 mark, and I felt my pants started to get a little tighter. But then... And so I probably, in reality, like she said, she's probably a little bit less than the scale's weighing her. I'm probably closer to the 262, 263 range.
Well, we're not, but
we're not going off that. We're going off what the scale says.
According to our old scale, we probably are. This probably is the true weight.
But if this is the true weight, then that's where we're at, and so we got to get to work.
Yeah, so we're not stressing.
It's time.
I feel, our church has these new bracelets, which I never wear bracelets, but and this is the year that we're saying it's time, which I think is very appropriate for this kind of journey. And I don't want us to get stressed out. I do not want to get overwhelmed. I do not want this to feel like a chore or something that, because I feel like that's just not going to work. So
I like challenges. That's what this is. It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. So basically, no like mindless snacking, no, just small portions, just normal food. And I will say, I've told them before, intuitive eating is really helping our budget.
Yes.
Because I don't have to buy all this specialty food. I can just buy normal food and, there's a phone beeping. I can just buy normal food and eat small portions of it. And that's way more cost effective than eating large amounts of super specialty food. So, really trying to use up food and watch our budget. And that's another thing we're going to be talking about. Maybe David could talk about it with me, is watching our budget and watching where we spend our money. And honestly, a lot of our extra money that we should be saving or we should be doing whatever with gets put on food, on extra food at the grocery store that we end up probably wasting.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you buy all this food and you're not able to eat it all, going out to eat it a lot and stuff like that. So I really want to strive.
And the dreaded impulse buy. That's the worst.
And realizing when we go to the store, maybe we don't need like 3 or 4 different kinds of bread, and that seems so stupid. Like, of course you don't. But when you have like sub sandwich on the menu and you have like sandwiches like for the kids, like grilled cheese, and then maybe you have hot dogs, it all adds up. And then maybe I want some bagels. Well, maybe we could condense that and change the meals around so we don't waste half of that.
Right.
And so I'm just kind of thinking more about that. And I also want us to kind of get a handle on our eating out. We use eating out a lot, and I'm not ashamed about this, but we use eating out a lot because we just want to get out of the house.
Right.
And that's okay with me, but maybe we can just limit it to, 2 times a week or 3 times a week at the very most. So anyway, we definitely want to kind of rein in our budget. And I think getting the budget, getting our health, getting some things in line that kind of we go overboard on is probably a good goal for this year. So we are actually going to Disney World in May. It's going to be super exciting. So, I don't want to have a time label of, is that your Mickey ears? I don't want to have a time limit of I want to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds or 40 pounds by the time we go. But I do want that to be a goal of, I want to be able to, ride the rides and walk all day and not be tired and, all of that. So also this week, you guys, I am quitting Planet Fitness. So you guys know that I used to work out all the time. Well, I haven't been going like for the last few months. And basically it just boils down to I don't have a lot of time, and the time I do have to go, it's like the only family time during the day we have. So I'm going to be just working out at home if I want to work out, but mainly right now focusing on the diet.
Yeah.
And letting go of the need for lots of exercise and counting points and if that works for you, that's great, but I just need to take a step back from that. So that is what our plan is. I'm sorry for the long video, but
it's all right.
But I do think we had a big explanation of why we're way up on the scale. At least I'm way up on the scale from last week. So I guess I didn't quite lose all my Christmas weight like I was so happy about last week. I definitely didn't lose all my weight.
You maybe did.
Well, I don't want to know what I was before Christmas or before. Anyway, I kind of was depressed about all this for yesterday, but I'm taking a deep breath and realizing like it doesn't change like anything about anything. It just changes a number that I see. Basically I feel like I'm in a really good place right now, emotionally and mentally. And if it took me maybe gaining a few pounds to kind of get there, I'm okay with that. And now I can work to, just watch it a little bit closer. So that is going to be it for today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like seeing this guy on my check-ins. And I do call him a check-in if you're new because it's not all about the weight.
Right.
We will be sharing, our favorite thing we learned that week or, non-scale victories that we have, just, the fact that we're feeling better or the clothes fit better. And I don't want it to be all about the number on the scale. So anything else to add?
No, y'all just think about us, pray with us. And we are very encouraged already at, how we both are feeling with intuitive eating. Just doing it even a couple of days that I've been doing it, I can already sense, things that are better in that regard. And again, a lot of it's just focusing when you eat. I know you don't really want to because you want to talk to someone or watch TV or whatever, but thinking about what you eat and
how many of us truly pay attention when we eat to how we're feeling? Most of the time we don't until we're so far past where we're like, oh, I can't move. At least that's how I've always been. Yeah. So it is kind of overwhelming at first to really pay attention.
Well, and savor it. Food should be fun. Food should taste good. A lot of times we shovel it in and we don't enjoy it. Savor every bite. Take your time with it, and your stomach will tell you when you're full. Listen to it.
God made us with all these cues for a reason. Did He give us these, stomach growls and full feeling just because, or did He give it to us as a tool, to let us know when we're hungry so we don't starve?
The tools.
So let's actually use them. And anyway, if you guys have any advice or support or comments, please leave them down below. I will be letting him answer some as well because I don't like answering all the comments directed at him. So maybe you guys can give him some support. Right. Because
if you have any negativity, you can email my dad at Dwight. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. He's be like, what? Anyway, you guys, getting on YouTube or getting anywhere and like announcing your weight on there is not super easy. It is not easy getting on here every week, but I just want to give a big shout out to him for what being willing to come on here.
Big shout out to you too.
And being willing to come on here and share with you guys. So give him a big thumbs up.
Leave a comment down below.
Please subscribe if you're new so you can follow us on our journey, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.
Take care.
I'm walking down the street just like I own it. I'm rolling to the beat just like I wrote it.